What's good, fam? Drake just dropped $1.5 million on a soccer match while his digital house got raided by Kendrick fans in the same month. The boy is out here doing a speed run on how to blow a bag while the entire world watches him fumble every single play he makes. On July 19th of 2026, he put down $1.5 million in tether for Argentina to win the World Cup final in regulation time.
I mean, let's just call it what it is. The Kendrick Drake.
Spain ended up taking the trophy home with a 1-0 victory because of a goal by Ferran Torres that happened during extra time. Since the game did not end in the first 90 minutes, Drake walked away with nothing and missed out on a potential $5.1 million payout. This follows a $1 million disaster he had betting on Conor McGregor against Max Holloway just a week earlier on July 11th. That brings his total gambling losses for the month of July up to a staggering $2.5 million. Social media is having a field day bringing back the narrative of the Drake curse because it feels like a kiss of death for any athlete he supports. The financial hit is heavy for anyone, but the real damage is the cultural impact of being seen as a professional loser in the public eye.
Although culturally, people might argue that Kendrick was the one that won that diss battle.
I feel like you kind of teased us there, Brian.
He is trying to look like a high roller, but all people see is a man who cannot stop catching massive losses in front of the world. This is not just about the money anymore because it looks like he is losing the winning energy that used to make him feel untouchable. Every time he posts a betting slip now, the fans of the opposing team start celebrating because they know the curse is about to strike. He is basically paying millions of dollars to be the mascot for failure in the eyes of the sports world and the hip-hop community. If losing millions on sports bets was not enough of a headache, his digital security went on a total vacation on July 28th of 2026. Hackers actually managed to gain unauthorized access to his official verified YouTube and Apple Music pages to pull off the ultimate act of disrespect.
Now, of course, there's a lot of questions over exactly how Drake is going to bounce back after that devastating Not Like Us diss track that Kendrick Lamar released. It seemed like yesterday.
They posted the Kendrick Lamar diss track called Not Like Us directly onto the official channels of the man the song is actually about. This was a straight digital eviction that proved Drake cannot even keep the keys to his own verified platforms when the pressure gets high. Kendrick fans had an absolute field day watching the most popular diss track in years being served to Drake's own subscribers by his own accounts. The security breach stayed live long enough for the internet to grab the receipts and start mocking the OVO camp for their lack of protection.
And you and I were talking about how there's such a craftsmanship. Their lyrics are so clever. They're clearly listening to each other to then spout that back.
It felt like a symbolic final blow in the Kendrick beef because his own house was used to broadcast his defeat to millions of people. This hack was not a technical glitch because it served as a signal that the boy has lost his grip on his own digital real estate. OVO security eventually managed to scrub the content, but the social media traction had already turned the whole event into a permanent meme for the culture. This situation proves that being the biggest artist in the world does not mean much if you cannot even secure your own verified YouTube page. The narrative has shifted from him being an untouchable mogul to someone who is getting raided in his own backyard by anonymous fans.
I mean, let's just call it what it is. The Kendrick Drake.
It is a wild look for someone who prides himself on having a massive team and the best resources that money can buy in the business. He is finding out the hard way that once the cultural tide turns against you, even your own passwords are not enough to keep the haters out. This digital eviction shows that the Kendrick feud has reached a point where Drake is no longer in control of his own name on the internet. Everyone is watching him struggle to maintain a professional image while his own verified platforms are being used to troll him in front of the world. The boy is paying the price for his arrogance in ways that his bank account cannot even begin to fix right now.
The Kendrick Drake beef was the biggest thing in the hip hop world in the last few years, and this is sort of the next chapter of that as Drake essentially tries to put that past him with his first new studio album as an independent musician. Since that, it's called Iceman.
OVO needs to tighten up their operation before they lose the rest of their digital property to the fans who are still celebrating that Kendrick victory. Things are getting messier for the OVO team as the business side of this fallout starts hitting the courtrooms. On July 30th of 2026, Judge Leonie Brinkema made a move that really hurts Drake's public standing. She granted a motion to move a federal class action lawsuit against Stake Dados into private arbitration. This whole situation involves 8 different people who are coming at Drake and the platform for allegedly using a bot army to fake his streaming numbers.
I should also point out that as far as the streaming numbers go, he has been beating Kendrick Lamar, I believe, by a few million streams according to Spotify, 88.9 compared to 71.8. Although culturally, people might argue that Kendrick was the one that won that diss battle.
And fans are very much still invested. Just take a look at Lamar's Instagram comment section since the announcement, flooded with ice emojis.
These are heavy accusations because they suggest his record-breaking success is just a digital illusion. While the case against the gambling site is paused for now, the claims against Drake himself are on hold indefinitely. That basically means a massive legal shadow is going to hang over his head for the foreseeable future. This is a total disaster for his brand because he cannot even clear his name in a public trial where people could see the actual evidence. The idea that he uses stream manipulation and bot farms is just going to keep growing across the internet. People have been questioning his high numbers for years, while the music felt like it was losing its spark. And this lawsuit is like throwing gasoline on a fire. If the fans start believing his dominance is just a program running in a warehouse somewhere, his entire legacy as a hitmaker is finished. Drake always uses the charts to prove he is the best. But the scoreboard is worthless if the game is rigged from the start. This legal situation is trapping him in a corner where he cannot prove his numbers are real while the culture moves on. It is a terrible look for a man who spent 10 years bragging about being the biggest artist on the planet.
And you and I were talking about how there's such a craftsmanship. Their lyrics are so clever. They're clearly listening to each other to then spout that back.
Before we move on and see how Kendrick is out here breaking world records without needing a single bot, tell me what y'all think. Is Drake's whole legacy officially cooked if it turns out his chart dominance was just a program running in a warehouse? Tell me in the comments. No cap. While you at it, like and subscribe. Let's continue. While Drake is stuck in meetings with lawyers over these bot farm claims, Kendrick Lamar is putting up numbers that do not need any explanation. On August 3rd of 2026, his track Not Like Us officially crossed 2 billion streams on Spotify. That makes it the fastest rap song in history to hit that mark, which is a wild achievement for a diss track. This happened on the very same day that Drake's new album called Iceman went back to the top of the Billboard charts. Even with that #1 spot, it felt like nobody was actually paying attention to his music.
Although culturally, people might argue that Kendrick was the one that won that diss battle.
I feel like you kind of teased us there, Brian.
Drake is currently stuck in a weird position where he has the volume, but he does not have the cultural value. He can still flood the market with songs to win a chart battle, but Kendrick is winning the war for legacy with single moments that stop the world. The data shows that Drake still has plenty of monthly listeners, but his actual engagement on new songs is way lower than what Kendrick is pulling. People are watching the Drake drama like a car crash, but they are actually connecting with the art that Kendrick is dropping. Those 2 billion streams are a sign that the world is choosing to believe Kendrick's version of the truth. Drake can release 30 tracks a year to keep his name on a list, but he is losing his grip on the actual fans. It is the difference between a blockbuster movie with a huge marketing budget and a classic film that people study for decades. The rollout for Iceman looks like a desperate move to control the story that he already lost months ago. Kendrick is proving that you do not need to be constant if the music you do release is powerful enough to change the industry. This milestone is a permanent mark on Drake's career because it shows the culture has finally moved on from his era. Even with the top album, he is still playing second fiddle to a song that was made specifically to destroy his image. He is learning the hard way that you cannot buy your way back into being the king when the people have already chosen someone else.
I should also point out that as far as the streaming numbers go, he has been beating Kendrick Lamar, I believe, by a few million streams according to Spotify, 88.9 compared to 71.8. Although culturally, people might argue that Kendrick was the one that won that diss battle.
Kendrick is moving with a level of precision that makes the OVO machine look slow and out of touch. Drake is fighting with the computer, while Kendrick is fighting with the truth. And we know how that usually ends in this game. Kendrick is building something that will last forever, while Drake is just trying to survive the bad optics and these fake engagement rumors. The gap between them has never been wider than it is right now in 2026. Industry sharks are circling because everyone can smell blood on the OVO leader right now. ASAP Rocky jumped in on August 3rd of 2026 by mocking Drake's physical shape and teasing a potential boxing match. Rocky is telling the world that the boy is soft and not ready for a real fight, and that shows how much respect has vanished in the public eye lately. That same day got even more dangerous when YG issued a red alert after hearing rumors that Drake tried to connect him to legal drama during the Kendrick beef. YG does not play when it comes to his street reputation, and having a Compton native coming for your neck is a nasty look for a self-proclaimed global ambassador. Drake's circle of friends is shrinking even faster than his bank account after those terrible bets. And now, his peers feel bold enough to take shots at him every week.
Now, of course, there's a lot of questions over exactly how Drake is going to bounce back after that devastating Not Like Us diss track that Kendrick Lamar released. It seemed like yesterday.
Industry vulture narrative is finally sticking because people are tired of him using the culture for profit without actually being a part of it. With a $1.5 million betting loss and his official channels getting hacked to play Kendrick songs, the boy is running out of places to hide. Those legal bot farm allegations are the final piece of a messy puzzle that proves the Drake loses narrative is way more than just a meme for the fans. This is now a list of cold hard facts involving federal courts and digital security breaches alongside heavy financial failures in front of the whole world. He can no longer just laugh off the hate because the receipts are stacking up against him in every single part of his life. After years of acting like the final boss of the game, he finally looks like a target for anyone with a microphone and a grudge. Everyone in the industry realized the big bad wolf is just a man with a huge marketing budget and a nasty gambling habit. Drake is trapped in a downward spiral where his money cannot buy loyalty and his hits cannot earn respect from his peers.
I mean, let's just call it what it is. The Kendrick-Drake.
That battle with Kendrick was just the start of a cultural eviction that is leaving him homeless in the genre he tried to dominate for 10 years. Before we see if he survives, tell me if you think Drake is the biggest target in the game right now, or if he can actually bounce back. Tell me in the comments, no cap. While you are at it, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. The boy is in for a very long year, and we will be right here to cover every second of the fallout. It is officially the end of the untouchable era for Drake and the start of a public decline that nobody saw coming.